Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about how we've been able to scale our business by automating certain parts of it and the tools we use to keep our sanity in this crazy time of residential remodel. As a business owner and entrepreneur, you end up doing just everything. You get hammered from all sides with phone calls and messages, which leaves very little time to think about growing. If you've ever struggled with the day-to-day operations of running your own design or remodeling business, I've got 5 great tips for automating sales and operations, so you can spend more time leading and scaling your business. So let's get started. First tip, funnels. Understand your customer journey. Customers that need your help often shop around. They may go to Google, search for contractors. They may find your portfolio online. They may find you on Instagram and follow you. And you need a single way for everyone to reach you. So I use BuildBook. It's where I send everyone to. Get people to contact you in one place, whether people are coming from your website or Instagram. The BuildBook offers an intake lead generation form that you can fill out, and from this, you get the location of the property, scope, budget, and timeline for the project. And then you can decide whether to move forward with them or not. You work these leads through this funnel that I was referring to. You got to know, in this funnel, who's new? Who do you have to respond to? The fresh ones that just came in. And then that way you'll never lose track of where you are within the process. You could be juggling hundreds of inbound leads, and you'll be able to keep track of who's who needs to make an appointment with you, who's waiting for a quote, or the ones that are almost closed, or the leads that went stale. By setting up this sales funnel, you can delegate someone on your team to manage them, and at any time, log in to see the progress of each lead. Another tip is using automated appointment scheduling services like Calendly. In your sales process, you can set up links in your emails to have people reach out to schedule appointments automatically. Forget the hundreds of emails that takes place going back and forth just to set up a time to chat. Set up a block of time that you'd like to dedicate to stuff like this. Say a couple hours every morning after you feel good that your crew is on-site working, or maybe it's at the end of the day after the majority of your on-site activity is finished. Schedules. You may be juggling active projects and everyone wants to know the schedule, whether it be you, the team, the client. Setting up a schedule can be super stressful as there are just too many unknowns. So here's what I do. Tip number 2, paint broad strokes on a timeline of the phases of the project. You don't need to list every little thing. This is what can kill you. What happens is that you can easily get really granular. And when something falls behind, you have to update every little step along the way. And quickly the timeline gets pretty useless. I think we've all been there. And over time, you feel like you don't even want to put together a schedule because it's just too much to update. So separate low-level tasks for just the internal team, and then share the overarching project timeline with your clients. With tasks and phases in BuildBook, you can organize what the client sees and what they can't see with one simple click. Now let's talk about setting up a budget. How much is it going to cost? That's the big question. And it all depends. And a great way to save time is approaching the answer by saying, it'll cost you about this much if you keep these items within these limits. There are costs that are typically set, and then there are the big question mark items like appliances and finishes. What I do is I put all the basic costs like materials and labor, then layer in allowances using the selections feature. This makes it easy to understand the budget and leaves controlled openings for clients to fill in. They know what allowances they have, meaning the budget set allotted for particular categories like appliances, lighting, tile. Again, you can get some time back to yourself with tip number 3 by delegating the labor-intensive chore of making all these selections of finished materials. A contracted or in-house designer can log in to see the budget. You can send clients to showrooms to pick materials. Everyone sees the plan, what they need to select, the budget they have to work with. As your business grows, you can hire more folks against this role. Now let's talk about project communications. Cell phone text messaging should not be where your project conversations are taking place. You can't efficiently manage projects when there's hardly any context behind a message. You can get 50 messages a day to the nature of, we have an issue with the materials, call me. Okay, great. Who's this and which project are we talking about? Tip number 4, you've got to keep chatter with the project. The software I use sends me a notification on my phone when something important happens. And when I open the message, it brings me right into the project conversation. I'll know who's on the job, where it's located, and have access to all the files I need to help efficiently respond. BuildBook has a client portal, so I can log in to see updates from clients. I can assign tasks and let them know when they're due. If they need to make a selection, choose a finish, choose a material before installation, it's all there outlined. Messages from my clients come through to me, and I can also set up the system to hide all this chatter from any non-client facing team members. Rinse and repeat. Lastly, in our business we do lots of bathrooms and kitchens, mid-century modern homes. And for the most part, it's the same process performed over and over again. Tip number 5, use templates for your projects. In BuildBook, you can create a new project and clone an existing project to start out. The schedule, the budget, selections can all be copied over within seconds, so you can save hours of time re-entering stuff. This is another great reason to keep your schedule very broad. When creating a new project, you set the new start date and boom, you're ready to go. Thanks for watching, and if any of this was helpful to you, smash the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.